the join, but okay, here we go. You can just follow me around or whatever. Just like read stuff off or something, or if something like someone asks a question or something. I guess. But I'm gonna see first. I'm gonna see if this is off as well. So
it should be on.
Yeah, so that one's on.
How much power does it say? Does it have?
120.
120. Want me to turn it off?
If you know which.
It's the E. Is this one? So is the one above the
Actually, let me
empty
check
one?
something real quick. So I want to see. So I'm gonna see if you do 2 of the small ones, if it'll give you 220 or not. I don't think so. I don't know if I'm checking it right, but see, like on a normal, like on this and this, you give me 220. Yeah, so if you go between 2 normal breakers, like a full size one. So if you go between that and this, you have one phase on. It's you have to take it apart to look at it, but the busing is like this. So one is 120 and another one is 120. So when you double them, it's 220. But if you split the same one, it doesn't do anything. Actually, that one just worked. That was weird. No, this one worked. Oh, that's probably on 2 different breakers. So yeah, that still would work if you tied it to one half of one side and one half of the other side. That would give you the 220. But first of all, let's figure out what breaker that is real quick. So I'll plug this in and then you just tell me. You flip it and I'll confirm it, but I'm sure you already know. So I hit it. Okay, so that one's dead. And which one is it?
It's the one above the empty one.
Okay. So, assuming we'll have to take that off. Grab a screwdriver right here. So, this one right here. And that white one that we're gonna need. Should be this one. Right here. This one. Anyone in there yet?
Says one person.
So it disappears, so you have to keep swiping up. So someone said yo, so I don't know what time it doesn't really tell you the time or whatever, but what's up? So I found the wires, so I have to take this one off the neutral because we're going to be using it as a hot wire. So basically, it's all straightforward except for finding the power for it on the breaker or whatever. So. there's the one we're going to be using for our hot wire. And then that one's already on it. It's going to be that one. So we just have to figure out what we can use now. So that one is by itself, so that is fine. So let me see. Oh, it's not working.
Snitch says he had a great day using the shovel in the hot ass sun today.
Oh my God. I'm sorry, dude.
Kid Reg says, what's the goal?
So you can kind of tell them, but basically we're trying to hook up this lathe right here to 220 volts. So we're converting a 120 plug to 220. So we're just taking the wire out here off the neutral so we can use that as our hot wire. And then we just have to find a breaker to land it on and maybe move some stuff around to get the right power. So yeah. So that one's there. That one's there. These are kind of loose. I don't know about that. I don't know what that is. Hopefully that's not what it is. Thing is really loose.
Hopefully not.
I mean, there's like a 1 in 3 chance, so
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find out here in a couple minutes. So now that like I already unplugged it, I already took off the neutral, so I'd have to plug it back in to figure out which one we can use. I mean, basically we have to combine something already, so we either, if we're going to use that half one, we have to either put it on the one below it or the one that it's on already. So I have to turn it back on to figure it out what it'll be at. But we have to take something off of another circuit first to combine to make space for it. So do we know what we want to go with yet? Do we want to go with the garbage disposal, or I mean, ideally we want them next to each other, so like you can label like, or like if something trips or something, you don't want like one breaker over here and one breaker over there on the same circuit. You want them ideally next to each other, either here and here or here and here. So because right now we got it would be nice if we had another breaker, but we don't. But we have the plug that it's on right now, which is this one, and then you could do the washer if you wanted to. Basically, I mean, as long as the lathe isn't on or whatever, then it's not gonna be a problem. So the washer will work just actually no.
As long as like they're not being used at the same time.
We probably.
But
I mean, hold on. I'm trying to think here. Trying to think if it kind of confuses me, like when you combine stuff, especially I don't know if I've ever combined something on different voltages, so I mean, you probably don't want to share a breaker with that.
oh, so we just go to Lowe's, just get another breaker.
Yeah, they carry these.
Oh, touche. Or Home Depot.
Yeah, it's like Lowe's has pretty good selection, or Home Depot probably has the same, but I feel like Lowe's probably has more old school stuff. But if we can just find something to take off and move, we'll be fine. We probably need another 20, so it's not 2 different amperages or whatever, so, or tripping points. So Let's see what we can go with here. So we know we could go garbage disposal, possibly. That's a 20.
Someone says that Home Depot probably has more options than Lowe's in his experience.
Gotcha, thank you, sir. So we could go, what were we gonna do? So we could combine dishwasher and disposal if we wanted to. Or see, assuming, let's check real quick. Let's check if this breaker right here is that one over there.
The dryer?
Yeah, that one. We might have to move that real quick.
Yeah.
Worst case, that would give us some space, but we'd still have to find a breaker to use. I mean, ideally, you could probably use 230s, but that's probably not going to be like the safest way to go for putting it on a 15 amp circuit. I mean, ideally that could work if this is an extra one right there. If not, we can take it out and use it as a, move it later or whatever, but use it as a spot potentially for the wire. So this is on right now, right?
Yeah.
So let me go check that if I can get in there, and then I'll have you
Turn it off.
That's the one for it, right?
Yeah, that's the dryer.
So, but there's also, okay, maybe it does share it, but there should be a second 30 though. So I'm assuming it's not.
Yeah, because the washer
I'll check both of them. So
is this one, which is on 220s. What is it?
wait, what?
Oh no, that's the living room. So the washer is a 20. This is the living room and heaters.
Let me go. See if I can turn it out when I can pull this out. These got wheels coming out?
No.
I want to find what this orange one is. All right, you want to go?
Turn the dryer off.
Yeah, turn that off and see if it could be. Yeah, so that turned it off. Let me unplug the dryer real quick, and then turn that back on. Yeah, so they're on the same. They're on the same circuit.
Mm-hmm.
So probably not gonna want to mess with those. Do you want that plugged back in? Okay, so that's not an option.
How often are electricians in the hot sun,
Say what?
or are they usually indoors?
It depends if on the building, if the building is just going up, there's going to be no protection, so you're going to be out in the elements. But if the building's already got a roof on it, then you're going to be indoors. Most of the time you're going to be indoors, but if a project's just starting, then you're going to be outside. So that's that. So that one's not an option. Kitchen, so we can go. So is this one, the bottom right is the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
And then the next one up, is that the dishwasher, or is there another one in between?
I think there's, yeah, another one. The only way to find out is to put it back on.
Yeah.
3940. Okay, so this is the dryer, kitchen circuit, second dishwasher. So no, there isn't.
So that's the next one up.
Which one?
That.
This is the washer, dishwasher, garbage disposal, 2 circuits for kitchen.
Okay.
And dryer.
Okay. So if we wanted, I mean, if we just want to test it out real quick and make sure everything's working. Matthew, what's up, dude? Thunderstruck, these are my loyal homies. So if we just want to test it real quick, we can just take one of these off the dishwasher, the disposal. We can just take that off real quick and then just tie this wire into it real quick and then
test it out.
And then just test it, make sure we're doing this right. And then we can find a permanent solution later. What I'm thinking right now is what we could do is like take one of these off and then just extend the wire over to this one over here. So we just either put, wait, I'm just kind of confused myself. So we would take both of these wires like over here and then move one of these breakers. So take this breaker and then swap it with the big one. So the big one will go back in here, the small one will go over here, and then you'll have your 240 power, and then just like extend those wires over to the other side, and then you probably have to extend these ones too over to there. So, or you would have to like take the next one up and then take the next one up and then just transfer that one and transfer that one. So either way, you're gonna have to probably transfer 2 to 4 wires. So okay, so what should we do right now? You would just want to take something off and just test it out?
Yeah.
So we'll just go with garbage disposal because no one got time for that.
So probably turn it off first.
Yeah, everything's backwards, so it's like, because all the new ones, you know, are like off to the right. So these ones are off to the inside. I'm just gonna double check that, you know, just to be safe. Takes like 3 seconds, so that one's on, and that one is off. Right? It's got like 19, which is weird. That's fine, because I'm not gonna be touching it. So I'll just take this off real quick. And like, also if you put your screwdriver on this right here, your screwdriver becomes hot. So like,
so you want to turn that one off too?
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're doing it hot or whatever, and like you go to touch this, you're gonna get shocked. Or if you like, it's hot and then you touch the ground, then that'll explode. So just heads up for anyone watching, or for you or whoever. So there's that one. I mean, it's not gonna do anything because it's not connected to anything. So like, you only get power from the breaker. So as soon as you disconnect it, that's not gonna do anything. So we can extend this really quick with a wire, which I already have pre-made.
Matthew said he was sent to an air-conditioned job 2 days.
Yeah, he just started like 2 weeks ago. So he's been watching for a while. I probably shouldn't have this flying around, but anyways, I'm just gonna connect this real quick. I'm just gonna cut this off because it's smashed. Just gonna tie this together really quickly. Make sure it's not gonna come out. So we got that, and then we'll just stick this in our spot real quick. So now that that is spider webbed and connected, we can turn both of these back on. Probably ideally at the same time, but let's go for it. So, alright, so both of those are back on. And then we can go over here. And we can now check our plug. Which I would do. So now I got 240 right there. So now we can plug her in.
There we go.
It wasn't doing that before.
No, it would just have a 0 and it wouldn't turn on.
Yee!
Alright,
So
so
that's what
what would you say the most challenging pretty much thing of being an electrician is from day to day?
It really just depends what you're doing. I mean, I think the biggest thing would probably just be having a good like company to work for. Like if you're working around like crappy people or bosses that just constantly write you 24/7, then it's just going to be a nightmare and giant stressor to be in that environment, and just really going to wear you down, like emotionally, physically, or all that stuff, you know. So I think it's mainly just the people, but starting out, you do more physical stuff just because you're going to be getting the grunt work as an apprentice or whatever. But so it'd just be like moving stuff, just like moving stuff or grabbing stuff for people. So kind of like lifting or whatnot. But so yeah, hopefully that answers that. So what do we want to do now?
Well, I think for permanent, I think it's best to get the other breaker.
Yeah, I think so. That's A B.
So Thunderstruck, nice lay, thank you. It is a Jet 1840. And then
I think that, I mean, if we just got a new breaker, I'm sure that would work. I mean, obviously we can move stuff around if we have to. Like, if it's on the same phase, we can just like move that one down there and then swap that one up there. So if they have the breaker, then I mean that would probably be the easiest. So like you don't have to mess anything up.
yeah, because I'm sure they have a section for breakers, which I'm pretty sure I saw. All right, so Matthew says this is the only his second week as an apprentice. All right. K-Rock says, sup bro, how are you?
So worst case, we can just take this breaker with us, the one that's on the E circuit. I should probably keep my fingers out of here. So is that one right?
Yeah.
So worst case, we can just take both of them and see if they got either one of them. I mean, ideally, we need a half-size breaker, which is probably more specialty, but I mean, we can go see what we can find or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Worst case, you have to order one or something, but worst case, you can just like, if you want to use it soon or whatever, you can just do something like this for now or whatever or whatnot. So I mean, it's your choice, but we grab a wire. So want to go with trying to find that?
Yeah, I would just try to find, because I mean, right now I can't even use the lathe since I don't have wood, so I think it's best to just put everything where it was. That way the garbage disposal can still be used.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to try to get a breaker.
So it goes here. These two together. So we can do that, and put this one back on. So that's that. So that might be it, folks. Okay, Rock. Anyone have this? I feel like I've used wire screwdrivers once, but nothing too much. I think they're just really expensive screwdrivers, but I'm not sure if there's any extra benefit or if it's just a preference thing. So I'm assuming we'll be putting this cover back on. So that's all good there. I guess we can, did you want to take this one out so we can find what we need?
Yeah.
I just don't accidentally turn something else off. I'm just trying to do this carefully. It's not an easy way to do this. Alright, so those are kitchens, which I'm trying not to turn off. Try not to touch the. There we go. I didn't break that. So.
Okay, Rock says that he will be starting his apprenticeship in August if all goes good.
Awesome, dude. I think that's how it should be.
Oh.
Really interesting.
That's good, Matthew. Matthew said that he really enjoys it and he has great coworkers.
Nice. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Alright, so this is what you're gonna need. Another one of these. Whatever brand this is. Yeah, that one have much. These are called Stab Lock. Federal Pacific. Electric maybe, but basically it's a half-size Stab Lock 20 amp. That's what you're looking for.
Okay, Rock says he can't wait to start and that this channel has really made him want to become an electrician.
Thank you, sir. Happy to help you. Alright, so I guess we can throw this back up there. Kind of find one hole first at the top and then go from there. Actually, the easiest way is probably just going to be put it right back on the breakers. So I'm trying to figure out how this goes back on there without turning stuff off.
If you want to switch.
Did you?
Well, it pretty much just like.
It looks like it doesn't fit.
Yeah, but
for a second, but
you pretty much just have to line these up first.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm going for. That's just like the holes are just like it's like they flip out.
And also the space needs to be a little bit, yeah.
It's like you have to turn all of them off to like get the thing back on.
And I got it on twice or 3.
I don't want to like piss people off, but
yeah, there's a lot of comments.
Rip. Turn off the whole house. Half the house. Bye. You trying to go to get the breaker right now or later?
I mean, I have no plans right now until later, but I can go right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have nothing else to do either.
There was like 2 screws.
And as long as you get like 2 of them in, then you're fine. Or if you tighten 2 of them in, I mean, it does make it easier to get them all in loosely first. But if you're just trying to hold it there, then 2 of them.
Just leave it like that.
2 of them will get it, but we want to tighten that down so it doesn't fall. There we go. Yeah, they're just chatting. So I might make a new tool bag video soon if anyone's interested in that. We're gonna go for a ride. So I got nothing really extra in my tools. I did bring my impact, which I maybe used twice. It looks like it has a couple scratches on it, so I'm assuming I used it, but I don't remember. But really not much new in my tool bags. I just like threw my old set of, I just like to use my old dikes to knock out boxes, so I'm not messing up my new ones. And these are like, these have never been like WD-40'd, so they're really, you have to like open and close them really hard or whatever. So probably should WD-40 that so they're actually usable like this. So that just like falls with gravity. So that's what I'm looking for on the white ones. I did break off a corner of my screwdriver, which is sad because I've been using it as a hammer on the Phillips hammer for setting anchors in the ceiling. I really just got a new screwdriver, like I said before, because this old one is broken. So I just threw, and now I have 2 screwdrivers and 2 dikes in there. So we'll just need to take this breaker with us, and that should probably do it for now. So if we get that new breaker, that wire should probably just reach, it's gonna be pretty close to that breaker already, so that should probably do it. So anti-ways, we ready? That's all we need, right?
What do you think, Lowe's or Home Depot?
I mean, we can call them or whatever and see if they got this brand. I mean, it's gonna be easier to call them for a minute than And I don't know exactly what this is. These half breakers are called. One pole unit. It might be called. It's. I don't know if it's stab lock, the type of stab lock, but I think it might be like Federal Pacific might be the brand of breaker, Federal Pacific Electric. But I mean, we'll see what they got. Matthew, where are you from again? Which state? Which one are you calling?
Those.
So I did a car wash last night. Very excited.
I wasn't listening.
For lumber and building materials, press 6. For contractor and business sales, press 7. For store hours and directions, press 8. For other departments, press 9.
So I didn't wash the wheels. Those are dirty, but other than that, pretty good. I did miss a few spots on the other side, but mainly the best part is the front, which had all the bugs, and the back, which is always black from the exhaust. I think the only parts that I really missed is just right on the black part. There's some dust right here or whatever that you can see a little bit right there, but it's a really nice day out. It's like probably like 75 and just like kind of cloudy, so
Yeah, like just like what is it called? Single breaker? Yes.
it's like half a breaker.
It's like half a breaker.
I think it's called a split breaker or something.
Half a breaker, or it's called split breaker.
Possibly.
Yeah, possibly. Not 100% sure.
Stab lock, Federal Pacific.
Stab lock, Federal Pacific. I think that's the brand.
Check these plants, y'all.
Okay, cool.
Go get some cherries in the back. This cherry tree tastes so good. Look at them roses, though. So we're seeing what the stores got, if they got them before we drive out there. Still haven't got my license plates. Yeah, for me, it's a night class. For me, it was 6 to 10 p.m. and someone teaches you.
I think they're called like half or splitters. I think it's
Federal Pacific.
Federal Pacific.
Well, let's see. I only have a Federal Pacific in stock. Let's check them. There we go. 15 amp Federal Pacific. The only Federal Pacific we got.
And there's no 20.
No.
We can do.
I have 15.
You could buy two 15s.
And are they gonna fit?
Just replace this one. I mean, it's gonna be.
Pacific or Zinsco or Connecticut.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
All right. Thank
you.
Sorry.
Bye.
Bye.
And we say bye-bye. So
Should we?
he said they're the half though. I don't know if he was too clear
Yeah,
on that.
it was a half, but they only have 15.
I mean, yeah, that's what it calls for, so it would be the best way, the safest way to go or whatever, but
And 215s make how much? Produce how much?
I mean, 15 is just like the limit. So like if it like basically if it's the same amount of power, it's still 220, but it's just like the rating. So like if it overheats or something and goes to 16, it'll turn it off or whatever. So if you have it at 20, it's not going to be as safe because it's just going to keep like overheating, you know, and it's not going to tell it that it's overheating because its limit is 20 instead of 15. So that ideally that's what you would want.
Yeah. So the 215s.
And granted, it's a stab lock kind because there are different kinds as well. Like, but hopefully it's the same one. But we can see. Going to Lowe's, Home Depot.
Hi, Lowe's.
Going to Lowe's, fam. My hands are dirty. Oh, it's in the thingy. Eat. Good times, y'all. Good times. We out here. I got her. Dang, boy. Oh, I hear some mess. Anyways, maybe we'll do a live stream when we get back, but probably don't want to watch us driving to the stores. So probably see you guys in a little bit maybe, but thanks for watching.